Could the Bears be linked to a coach to replace Eric Bieniemy as the running backs coach? Coach Antwaan Randle says, what about DJ Moore and Declan Doyle linked to who? The question is, who's going to replace Eric Bieniemy, who did an awesome job with us last year as running backs coach? Eric Studesville is the name that the Bears could be linked to. Now, Eric Studesville, he's been with the Dolphins here for the last couple of years, assistant head coach, also the running backs coach, and has some familiarity with Ben Johnson. Because if you remember, Ben Johnson, before he was in the Lions, before he was with the Lions, spent a couple of years in Miami when Eric Studesville was there. So that is key too. A lot of times when coaches start putting their staff in place, when coaches start looking to replace other coaches, you look for that familiarity. And not only that, good coaches as well. And this is a good coach. And by the way, he was once a coach of the Bears in the late 90s. So a little bit of ties here. Eric Studesville, that will be a name to keep an eye on. Got to also see if the Chargers would also be interested in somebody like him as well, since Mike McDaniels is now the offensive coordinator over there. Coach Antwaan Randle-El talking about the year, talking about his year as the wide receivers coach, and talking more specifically about DJ Moore and what a leader that we have, first off, in Antwaan Randle-El. And he was talking about some of the things that DJ Moore improved on this year. Always saying that he had that type of special player in him, but needed to work on a couple of things, and talked about working on his route running, talked about working on his blocking, his overall play, which all of us have seen and watched all year round with DJ Moore. And I thought he was about as good as you can get, because when you look at his numbers, a lot of times you're going to hear the conversation of, well, those aren't really number one wide receiver numbers. Kind of put that to the side. And I get it, because he's making that type of money, but put that to the side. Think of overall his body of work and what he's done this year. The blocking, I noticed that. I was talking in shows all year here, talking about the way he's improved in his blocking. Look at week 2 against the Lions all the way up to the last couple of games of the year. I mean, he was key in some of the blocks that he made. Also, the big catches, we know that with DJ Moore. He's got that big catch ability, those big catches that we think about, especially against the Packers. And when we say the oh wow moments and the big catch moments with DJ Moore, he's had a lot of those. And the route running too, you can see the improvement everywhere. And not only that, the toughness with DJ Moore, nobody will ever question that. There were so many times this year when I was coming on here to talk about the injury report, and DJ Moore was on the injury report so many times. And there were so many times also, multiple times, where he was on the injury report with multiple injuries. And I would say, man, I don't know how he's going to be playing this weekend. And sure enough, he'd be out there giving it all that he has, because that's what DJ Moore does. That's the toughness that he brings. He gives everything that he has. And you could tell, too, there were certain times where he took some hits. I mean, there were some mega hits he's taken throughout the season. And DJ Moore's toughness and his overall play this year, I thought that was a great perspective from Coach Antwaan Randle-El, who I think is a great coach. And the way he coached our receivers this year was spectacular. So DJ Moore, the question is, will he be with us next year? He's owed a lot of money. We have our young players. We have Luther Burden, who we drafted last year. We have our tight end, Colson Loveland, who we drafted last year on top of Rome as well. Is there going to be a spot for DJ Moore? I hope there is. I think he still is key to our leadership in this team. I hope he's able to bring that leadership back again next year. But that will be a question in the offseason when you take a look at the money and the situation we're in right now. So something we'll keep an eye on. Declan Doyle, who we just talked about, reportedly the Eagles were interested in him and reportedly turned that down. Well, reportedly there's another team interested in him, and that is the Baltimore Ravens, to become their offensive coordinator. Now, Brad Biggs put that out, that the Ravens reportedly put a slip in for him. And we'll see. We'll see if he gets that interview, and we'll see what ends up happening with him. But I think in the end of the day, he's going to be back with us, and I think that would be great, because I think there's so many things that he did well with us. But he's an uprising coach right now in the NFL, so I do think he's going to have that opportunity to be an offensive coordinator. If it doesn't happen this year, my money is he's going to be an offensive coordinator somewhere next year. That's how great of a coach he is, and how big of a rising young coach he is.